Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching Dial M for Murder. What do you know about this movie?
This is Hitchcock.
Yes.
So this won our Film Noir Patreon poll.
So we'd like to thank our patrons for voting for this to win our Film Noir poll. We have a lot of comments saying, how dare you? This is not Film Noir. We're just going off of what Google says. I'm pretty sure you typed in top film noir movies and this was on the list. So take it up with that person.
Take it up with Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we have watched a good amount of Hitchcock on the channel so far. Psycho, Vertigo, North by Northwest.
Rear Window. There's gotta be more.
Feels like more.
Yeah.
But we have loved every Hitchcock film that we've seen. Loved the suspense, the thrill, and I've made it very clear that I love the detective type films. So I'm hoping that's kind of what we're getting here with just murder in the title.
Yeah, I assume it's a murder movie, so we're probably going to be figuring it out, which is exactly the type of movie that we love. And like you said, I mean, we haven't had a bad Hitchcock film. He's called the master of suspense, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it. Oh, actually, that's a lie. Grace Kelly is in it?
Yeah, it's Grace Kelly is in it, who we saw in Rear Window.
Who was literally a princess.
Yeah, and I'm obsessed with her, just from Rear Window.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see her again.
Yeah, me too. So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on our Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the movie. Mystery Writer. American Mystery Writer. I've never been on the Queen Mary.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say, back when the Queen Mary used to actually
move?
Yeah.
Mark, before Tony comes, I ought to explain something.
Oh, so she's already having an affair with this mystery writer.
He just said he decided to give up tennis and settle down to a job. But he's been wonderful ever since.
I suppose that's when you stopped writing.
I assume he learned about the affair.
It said that if I went to the police or told anyone else, he would show the letter to my husband.
You still have the note?
Who's to say they didn't already tell him or show him anyways?
Yeah.
You didn't mail the money.
Yes.
Mark.
But the letter was never returned.
Oh, they cheated you.
Well, could you join us after the theater? We might go somewhere.
Why don't you give me a ring in intermission?
I'll just get my things, Mark.
How convenient. They just get to go on a date with themselves.
Darling, Mark's coming to the party tomorrow night.
Oh, good. Well, you better drop in here first and have a drink.
That's the idea. Yes.
Drink.
And get a taxi.
Oh, no, we can usually pick one up.
Yeah, there's no way that he doesn't know.
Yeah. Is he gonna kill him at the stag party?
Have a good time. Thanks, night.
Oh yeah, you know. Maybe he's having his own affair.
I mean, I'm assuming he's the one that blackmailed her.
Could be to go.
Or I guess someone actually did give him the letter, maybe?
I don't see why we couldn't settle this whole thing here and now, provided you drop the price sufficiently. Well, we'll see what a couple of drinks can do.
What are you planning?
He's gonna buy a car and not get it?
I don't know. He's just trying to frame someone, probably.
For his knee?
Yeah. I don't know if he wants this as a getaway car or he's just trying to
You're not Lesgett. Swan, C.J. Swan, always at C.A.
CA. Well, what a coincidence.
Yes, it's called for a special drink.
So captain as in police captain?
Wait a minute, I think I have a picture of you here somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, here's one.
Just right here on the wall?
There you are, with the biggest cigar in the business.
That is comically large.
What a murderous thug I look.
Yes, you do, rather.
Oh, I think that was Hitchcock sitting at the table.
I was gonna say right in the front, huh?
After we were married, I played in the various championships and took Margot with me. She didn't like it much, and when we got back,
Interesting shots.
I thought of 3 different ways of killing him.
Jeez.
And just as I was working out how I could do it, I suddenly saw something which completely changed my mind.
Look at his face.
Right?
The boyfriend had been called back to New York. There were long letters from there. They usually arrived on Thursdays, and she burned them all except one.
Oh, man.
Do you mean you stole it?
Yes. I even wrote her 2 anonymous notes offering to sell it back.
Okay, so it was him.
Oh, my dear fellow, everybody knew you took that money.
Yeah.
Get another drink.
Hers worked out at just over £90,000. All a little too easy to get at. I need an alibi.
Why is he wiping everything down?
Yeah, dude.
I followed you home that night. And would you mind passing me your glass, old boy?
Aren't you suspicious that he doesn't have a wrecked knee?
In fact, there were times when I felt that you almost belonged to me.
This is so elaborate.
Dude, just leave.
Her late husband left her 2 hotels and a large apartment house furnished. What a base to operate from, Captain Lesgett.
So this guy's just a scam artist and goes from place to place.
Mrs. Van Dorn asked me to sell it for her.
She only wanted 800.
Oh, an extra 300 for you.
They'd assume you followed her there yourself. Why should you steal her handbag? Why should you write her all those blackmail notes?
Yeah, his fingerprints are all over the letters.
A donkey with a stick behind him and a carrot front always goes forwards and not backwards.
Okay.
£1,000 in cash.
For a murder?
No risk, I guarantee.
No risk.
Poor Miss Wallace.
The guy he's trying to frame is so familiar to me, and I can't place it.
Like an older
I don't know.
of him?
Oh, your balance has dropped by over £1,000 during the year.
I go dog racing twice a week. Like you, I always bet on the tote.
Bet on the tote. Is that of the loser?
I've got to think this over.
It has to be tomorrow. I've arranged things that way.
Because he'll be at the stag.
Oh, yeah.
As you go out, return the key to the place where you found it.
Under the stair carpet.
Yes.
Gotta lock the front door, too.
You see, she often takes a walk around the garden before she goes to bed, and she usually forgets to lock up when she gets back.
Yes, but she may say that.
What would she say? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
dead.
I'll bring Halliday back for a nightcap, so we'll find her together. And there's my alibi.
Foolproof plan.
It won't be my key under the carpet, it'll be hers. I shall take it from her handbag.
Touch the door.
How many keys are there to this door?
Just hers and mine.
Dialed.
I'm so glad we don't have to go to Maureen. She's such a filthy cook.
Damn. Fuck you, Maureen.
Satisfied with this plan?
Maybe. Jeez. How is he supposed to kill her? Just like strangle her or something? What happens if she like kicks his ass or something?
Well, you forget detection and concentrate on crime. And then you imagine you're going to steal something or murder somebody.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Oh.
Do you really believe in the perfect murder?
Ooh, will this be the perfect murder?
I think I could plan one better than most people, but I doubt if I could carry it out. Well, because in stories, things usually turn out the way the author wants to, and in real life, they don't.
That's some good foreshadowing.
Darn it, I'll lend you my latchkey. I can't seem to find it anywhere.
What little thing is gonna go wrong that just snowballs this?
Are you sure yours isn't in your overcoat?
No, I've looked. May I borrow yours?
I may want to go out.
Tonight?
Uh-oh.
Aren't you going to listen to the radio? Saturday night theater?
Thriller. I don't like thrillers when I'm alone.
Oh no.
Here it is. It was in my glove all the time.
Well, that settles that.
This is a change to the plan.
What movie are you going to?
Oh, the classic, I expect.
Well, this is a big change. She's not even gonna be there.
And what about those clippings?
You go gallivanting while I stay home and do those boring clippings.
Damn it.
Well, I better call the Grend and tell him we're not coming.
Please, let's not be childish about this.
He's so upset he doesn't get to kill her.
You don't have to if you don't want to, you know.
But I do want to.
Okay, if you want.
You need some scissors.
Oh, they're in my mending basket.
Scissors? She's gonna be armed with a weapon.
You owe me 10 bob anyway.
For what?
I paid for that package you sent to Peggy. That comes out of housekeeping.
Okay.
If I run short, Mark will help out.
Mark's been helping a lot.
And I don't want to be disturbed.
We should be as quiet as mice.
Night.
Night.
He's gonna have to be like, oops, I forgot something.
You know, it's quite possible old man Burgess might call. Would you tell him we're at the Grend and it might be rather important?
One last kiss.
Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye.
Okay, he figured out a way to get to this situation.
Yeah, that was a lot of things not going according to plan.
Kind of like the writer said, like you can have the perfect murder, but it often doesn't turn out that way.
What if like someone in the building just came down?
Who are you? Turn the light on. Now, do you remember all the steps? It's got to leave the key there, unlock the window.
So dramatic.
It's almost time.
What?
Is his time way wrong?
Yeah, did his watch stop or something?
Yeah, he's like, where the fuck?
Excuse me a moment. Do any of you fellas at the right time?
Yes, I have 7 minutes past 11.
Oh,
Excuse me a moment. I have to call my boss.
Agricultural machinery.
everyone's watch sucks. Get back behind the curtain. Oh my god, here's something else you didn't predict. M.
Run!
Oh. Did he get behind the curtain?
Hello.
Where are you?
Hello.
Just waiting for her to put her hand.
Yeah, but oh. Jeez. The scissors. Get the scissors. Oh, you're screwed. Oh, I thought he died. Oh. Now you're for sure dead.
Don't touch anything. I'll be with you right away.
No, I won't touch anything. Please be quick.
Good job, Margot.
So she's not gonna call the police?
That's not a good job, but the fact that she defended herself and killed the killer. I thought he was going to be gone.
No, I definitely think he's dead. So is he gonna bring this guy back?
I would assume so.
Margot, she's not feeling too well.
Serious?
No, nothing serious. You stay and enjoy yourself.
Come along.
No, it's perfectly all right.
Is he gonna try to finish the job or something?
Maybe. She's going to have to get those scissors back and kill him.
Tony. Oh, Tony. I'm trying to stay on. I almost passed on.
Yeah, he's got to clean up this crime scene. I mean, he can still frame this guy because he has his fingerprints on the letter.
Is he gonna say he knows him then?
I don't know. He's got to get the key back in the purse, get the letter on him.
What are you doing?
Trying to find my... Oh, here they are, my aspirin. I've got such an awful head.
What are you doing in your purse? I got to put that key back.
When will the police get here?
Have you called them already?
You told me not to speak to anyone.
Oh, yes.
Oh, right, the police.
Was it an accident?
I don't know.
Have you any
What?
idea who might have done it?
Is he just going to frame his wife for murder now?
You said he used a stocking?
I think it was a stocking or a scarf, isn't it there?
I wonder if he's just going to make it seem like she was having an affair with this guy or something like that.
Things took a turn
And
or
things took a
something?
turn, and so she murdered him. So then she goes to jail. What's your plan?
Gonna burn it?
Yeah, so her story doesn't make any sense.
Freaking neck.
Was that a different stocking? Like one of his personal stockings he got from home? Such a small amount of blood.
Yeah, he did say that.
Well, I said you didn't phone the police because you naturally assumed that I would do it from the hotel.
So you want me to say the same thing?
I think so, in case it comes up again.
Really covering his base. Are they still going out to lunch after she just fought off a murderer?
Have you any idea who he was?
Oh, yes. There still seems to be some confusion as to his real name.
Yeah, right?
Had you ever seen him before?
Why, no, of course not.
I wonder if they're going to notice his picture on the wall.
Yeah.
Wilson?
No.
Swan?
Oh. Swan?
Wait a minute. Swan, yes, that's it.
Oh, he's gonna bring it up.
Would you show me exactly what happened last night?
Tony.
Yeah, it's going to be traumatic.
Then how do you suppose he got into this room?
Yeah.
We assume that he broke in.
No sign of a break-in.
Why would you say that you locked them?
Didn't it occur to you to call a doctor?
What?
He was dead.
How did you know that?
He stopped trying to kill me.
What makes you think he came in this way?
His shoes.
His shoes.
Oh, were they clean?
If he'd come in by the garden, he'd have left mud all over the carpet.
Oh.
He didn't leave any marks at all because he wiped his shoes on the front door mat.
Oh, man.
A handbag, Inspector. My wife lost it at Victoria Station.
Was anything missing?
All the money was gone.
Anything else?
No.
Oh, no.
He could have had your key copied, and he could have used it to open the door.
But wouldn't he have the key on him?
Because if he had, the key would still have been on him when he died. But no key was found when we went through his pockets.
Idiots.
And we'll be back just where we started, don't we?
Well, not quite.
Yeah, you're eliminating a lot of theories.
Oh, Mark, this is Inspector Hubbard. Inspector, this is Mark Halliday.
And he's a crime writer.
Now, how long were you on the telephone to your boss before you called your wife?
Couldn't remember his number in the country, so I rang my wife to look it up in the address book on the desk.
Okay, good lie.
Did you phone him?
Oh, no, naturally. When I heard what had happened here, I forgot all about it.
He's covering this up. Okay.
No, just write it down there, will you? Your telephone number as well.
Why is this
Yeah,
interesting?
what's
Ever
happening?
been over here before, sir?
Yes, about a year ago.
Oh, he found the letter.
Oh. I just assumed it was typed. Got him out of the
Does he
room.
know about you and Mrs. Windus?
After Mrs. Winters lost my letter, she received these 2 notes.
Oh, now they just got to compare it to the husband's writing. Oh, no, that one was typed.
You could have let him in.
Are you suggesting she let him in herself?
Well, at present, that appears.
It's not looking good for you, Grace.
We found a reel of that silk in your mending basket.
You look like a murderer.
You're suggesting that Margot killed him intentionally.
I wouldn't say that if I were you, sir.
I mean, you're saying it.
You are coming, sir.
Oh, but of course, Inspector.
Yes, well, I just wondered.
What a weird inspector.
I mean, it's falling right into place considering how badly things were going.
Right. She looks super guilty.
At any time in your life, meet this man, Swan.
What a horrifying twist. She's almost killed and now she's going to be charged for murder.
Guilty or not guilty? Guilty.
Whoa. The fuck?
From thence to a place of lawful execution.
Execution?
Yeah, is she dreaming this or is this what's actually happening?
I love that sequence. We went through it so quickly, but it was so, like, terrifying. She already dead? Man, he got what he wanted.
Then it's tomorrow.
Damn, they're gonna kill her tomorrow?
You suggesting I arranged for Swan to come here that night to blackmail her?
No, to kill her.
Oh, that is what happened.
Because you wanted to read my letter. And when you had read it, you got mad and decided to teach her a lesson. So you wrote those blackmail notes.
Yes.
You just invented that to try to connect him with my letter.
Yes. Keep going.
Your letter was found in his pocket.
Where'd you put it there?
He literally has a spot on.
Yeah, but why would he expect Tony to say this?
Right.
Let's take one of the old stock motives. Had Margot made a will?
Why, yes.
How could I possibly have persuaded Swan to do a thing like this?
You offered him money or something.
What money? I don't have any. People don't commit murder on credit. I'm afraid you'll have to think of something better than that.
He thought of something perfect.
Wales's garage the other day, and it appears that you settled an account there.
Oh.
Have you been to my bank, Inspector?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Somebody's latchkey. It was lying on
What?
the floor just here.
What the fuck are you doing, Inspector?
That's the trouble with these latchkeys. They're all alike.
I'm so lost with what that move was.
2 or 3 pounds an envelope, I believe.
Not 200 or 300. Just as well.
Come on, Mark.
Is it locked?
Inspector, before you go, I think Mr. Wenders has something to tell you. Then I'd like to show you something in here, sir.
Oh, man.
Perhaps I'd better tell this, Mark. It might sound more like a confession. I substituted... Is that the right word?
Damn.
He could have taken his key from Swan's pocket before the police got here.
Could he let himself in with his own key?
Come on, Mark.
Oh, come on. We just need one little crumb.
What matters to me is where Mr. Wenders got this money. That's all I want to know.
Oh, bank statements. He's been taking $5 out.
You see, she was just about to give it to him when she killed him instead.
Damn.
What'll happen when Margot hears about this?
Well, she'll deny it, of course.
And perhaps she'll change her will. You'll have done it all for nothing, Tony.
Oh, can she do that?
I don't want her upset just now.
Have a word with your lawyer. He might be able to prevent it.
Oh, so she can't change the will?
They'd like you to come and collect them sometime.
You mean after tomorrow?
Yes, or today, if you like.
So what was he doing with this key and the coats?
Thank you very much.
But now the key's in that coat, right? That's on the chair?
Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like he doesn't believe him.
No, I don't think the inspector believes him fully. He's good, though.
He's quick on his feet.
It also helps that she's a woman. And I feel like this is like a trial where it's just like, burn her, witch!
Does seem like they're in on this together.
Maybe.
I've got back in again. Start the ball rolling.
It's me, Mark Halliday.
You want to save Mrs. Windis? Keep quiet and let me handle this.
How are you possibly going to...
What do you have, Inspector? Oh, what the
So they're letting her come back?
And they just sent him to the police station on his own.
Why didn't you let me in?
You've got a key. Why didn't you use it?
I did, but it didn't fit the lock.
May I have your bag a moment?
Tell me what's going on, Inspector.
I thought it was mine. I don't know.
Oh, Tony took the wrong latch key off the dead body and put it into the purse. And the inspector knew it was the wrong key the whole time, I think.
Oh, wait a minute, you clot. You can't walk down the street like that. You'll be arrested. Listen.
Margot, how did you get here?
Did they arrest men carrying purses?
But I couldn't get that door open. Where's Tony? Has anything happened to him?
The lighting change?
Yeah.
While I was doing this, I managed to lift your latchkey. My blood was up. Key that I'd taken from your handbag didn't fit the lock.
Okay, so he's coming back.
And there's no key. So he switched the jackets, right?
Yeah. This is not my jacket.
Better make him check the contents and sign for them. Any questions?
No questions.
Right, call me back when he leaves the station.
Mark was like totally on it.
Well, Mr. Halliday, have you got it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It's still there?
No way.
We just half an hour to find it.
So when he came in originally, the guy who was hired to kill, he put it back.
We naturally assumed that your key would still be in one of Swan's pockets. That was his little mistake.
Yeah.
Done exactly as you suggested, Mr. Halliday. He unlocked the door, then...
Put it back.
Yeah, it was always there.
I had to find out if you knew it was there.
Suppose
Oh.
I had known.
You didn't.
Yeah, you tried
She
to open
left.
Yeah, she opened the door. She couldn't, and then she left.
But once he opens that door, we shall know everything.
If he opens the door, he's guilty.
We'll have nothing else to fear.
Oh.
Oh.
What happens if he doesn't try to open the door, but then you just see him sprinting down the street?
He figures it out and he's like, bye.
Fuck, I'm out of here.
He's staring at the key. Of course, that's Swan's key, isn't it?
I love the narration.
Right? Narration's excellent.
Woo.
Use it.
Gonna put it back and leave.
Yeah. If you were really smart, you'd run. Guilty. You're under arrest. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Williams.
Congratulations, Inspector. Oh, by the way, I suppose you're still on duty, Inspector.
Yeah, to arrest you. Enjoy this drink. They're gonna hang you tomorrow. All right, that was Dial M for Murder What'd you think?
That was great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of like twists and turns, a ton of, I don't know what the right word is, like leading you in the wrong direction.
Red herring, I think, just general suspense.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, the chief inspector, there were a ton of moments where it just seemed like he was just like, yeah, Margot's guilty.
Right.
But then come to find out that he's figured this out for quite some time.
He definitely had it figured out a little late, but
yeah.
He did figure it out for quite a while. Then he just kind of needed his plan to finish. But I thought it was such an interesting story. I mean, we have a very small cast, and I think like 99% of the movie is in that single apartment.
Yes.
And I always love a story that can captivate you with such simple, I guess, movie mechanics. Like, it reminds me of like 12 Angry Men, where you just have 12 guys locked in a room, and it's an incredible story. So to have so much suspense and action and twists and turns, and it's all just people talking in a room, it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, this is extremely dialogue heavy. It kind of reminded me of like the Maltese Falcon.
Right, yeah, Maltese Falcon, yeah.
Just in the sense of like the dialogue and like how fast it was moving.
Yes.
'Cause at some points, like, they were rifling through things and I was like, wait, hold on. Like, trying to keep up with it.
Right, I mean, like, you see Tony like wiping the fingerprints of stuff and pulling out gloves, and you're like, where is this
doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Where is this going? Or you have the inspector like dropping a key and then being like, oh, is this your key? And switching coats, and you're like, what does this have to do with anything? So it's like you have these multiple moments where the characters know exactly what they're doing, but you as an audience have no idea what their intentions are. But you also have like this general understanding of kind of the situation. Like, it's not a very complex story, really. I mean, like, you're told what's happening very early on. Tony's like, I'm gonna kill my wife and you're gonna do it. And then the rest of the story is just pretty much waiting for all of the characters to figure it all out, what you already know. So to have these little moments spread in between where characters are doing things that you have no idea what the hell they're trying to accomplish in this greater overall story, that's kind of how you kind of shoehorn in a lot of like suspenseful and twists and turns and big reveals. And it's like, oh shit, the inspector knew all along with this key thing, you know?
Yeah, and I think, kind of piggybacking on what you said, I like that we had like the conversation between Tony and Mark in regards to just like their first meeting, about kind of talking about what he wanted to do and whatever. But I love that he went through everything, like the reasoning for everything, because we got little pieces of like the letter, and we obviously saw a little bit of the affair.
Right.
I feel like it was laid out so nicely, but there was still so much suspense.
Right,
like,
yeah.
It was such a good balance.
Yeah, because also it's like the same story or the same kind of conversation would come into play over and over again with like slight differences. Like when Tony is describing to Con Man, who had a bunch of different names, like he was describing the perfect murder. And it really did seem like, holy crap, you've been planning this for a long time. You have all of your bases covered. Like, you know exactly how this is going to go down. It's like so perfect. And then you have the conversation with the writer of these crime books, and he's like, yeah, I mean, you would think that crimes are perfect, but they never are.
Yeah.
Like, something is always going to go wrong.
Yeah.
And then you get to replay this whole story that Tony told with the actual sequences of the murder, and you get to see all of the little things go wrong. And it's like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole thing was about to be derailed just by the fact that Margot wanted to go out.
Right, yeah. And that's the whole reason why all of a sudden now the scissors are not in that little bag, but on the desk. So, like, just something that little tiny derailed everything.
Yeah, I mean, she changed the whole trajectory by being able to defend herself.
Yeah. So you get to see the same story played out differently, and then you get to see it described differently by Tony kind of covering his tracks of the attempted murder. And then you also get to see it again when like Mark is trying to come up with a fantasy story.
Yeah.
And it's so hilarious that his fantasy story is
It's like spot on.
It's almost spot on, except for like a few differences of like trying the key like above the door instead of like right there at the carpet. Like, could you imagine if Mark was coming up with this fantasy story
and he finds the key?
Yeah, and he found the key. Like, you know, so it's just those slight little differences that just make the story so interesting and engaging that you're essentially just kind of repeating the same thing, but having it play out through different people's perspectives or storytelling or something, again, all in like one location. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can make a movie like this, have it be as engaging and suspenseful as it was, with like 5 characters in a single apartment, that's good movie making.
And I think it's also really cool how every character is like respectfully competent.
Yeah.
Obviously, Grace Kelly as Margot, she was able to literally save her own life and defend herself.
Yeah.
You have Tony, who's kind of like your villain, but time after time, you're like, damn, he really covered his tracks with a great lie or great misdirect or something.
Yes.
Obviously, the inspector was intelligent to figure it all out. And then obviously Mark is intelligent to like really not let things go. And his fantasy story was spot on.
He's like, I've been doing this for so long. I've written so many of these. And it was like, oh.
Oh, this is like cliche almost how he wanted to kill. And it was like funny too, where he was like, what would your motive be? Let's pick the most basic generic thing possible. I know. Did she leave like money to you in her will? And it's like, oh fuck, yeah, that was it.
I did feel bad for the guy with so many names.
Oh, the con man?
Yeah, just because, I mean, he kind of, obviously he's a criminal, but like he got roped into this and then he got murdered.
Yeah, he was doing fine on his own, just changing his name, living places, stealing here or there.
Yeah.
It's not even like he was trying to sell the car, but it wasn't like he like stole a car. He was just trying to sell it for a little bit more.
Yeah, he was making a profit for his time.
Yeah, it was his cut of the sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other than him trying to commit murder, he definitely got screwed.
But he was blackmailed into committing murder.
Yeah. It's funny to feel bad for him, but also that was such an impressive scene with Grace Kelly, and like the lighting changes, just her face, and she's just like shocked, and the lighting slowly gets like darker and darker and redder and red, more red, until like she has like the guilty verdict. Like that was such a great sequence, and it was terrible because you know the truth already. So to kind of see the inspector kind of lead questioning, and also with what Tony staged, to be like, oh fuck, it does not look good for her. Like she looks guilty.
Yeah, no, it was very quickly unraveling, the way the inspector was questioning her at the apartment.
Yeah.
And then for him to be like, all right, let's come down to the station. And then it was just like charger.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like, oh, this girl's screwed and he's going to get away with this. And even though it wasn't the way that it was supposed to happen, she was supposed to just be killed. I guess the next best thing in Tony's eyes would be frame her for murder, and then she's going to get executed anyways.
Which, damn, like they were going hard. Like they have hardcore death penalty. That was like a few weeks and they're like, hang her. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, now they sit in jail for forever.
Right. So I thought it was just such a clever movie.
Yeah.
Again, kind of like you said, a lot of the older movies we watch, they are like relentless with their pace and their dialogue. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you're not paying attention to this movie, you're gonna lose it. Like you're not gonna follow it. It's not like it's complex, but I think that's true for like all older movies. And it probably is like back in the day when you watched a movie, you like had to go and watch a movie. Like nowadays, movies are almost something that you can kind of just put on in the background at home through some streaming service, and you could be doing something else or on your phone or something like that. So it's almost like movies don't require you to pay as much attention to them because you're doing something else at the same time typically. Whereas I feel like every older movie we've seen, it's just like, you've got to be focused.
I know, and it's like we watch these movies and it's like late at night and then you're like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, sometimes you're thinking so much about the movie that you're like, oh shit, we're reacting right now. Like I gotta externalize my thoughts here.
Yeah, because it's going so fast that you're just like, the wheels are turning.
So I think that's just very impressive, and it's something that I really like that feels common throughout all of these older films. It's just how creative it is, how simple a story can be, yet it could be extremely engaging, and how the focus can be on characters and primarily dialogue, and just the script in general can really push things forward. And obviously another Hitchcock movie, so master of suspense. Like, there's tons of moments here where you are easily on the edge of your seat of like, is Tony going to use the key from under the stairs? How is this murder going to actually go down when, you know, something as simple as like Margot on the phone and then almost hanging up, and then like, no. So just little stuff like that, it really adds to it. So I had a great time with this.
Yeah, no, this was fantastic. Wasn't a Hitchcock film that I had ever heard of before. So I'm really glad that we got to watch this. Obviously, I think there's still a ton more Hitchcock films for us to watch, but they're always great. Grace Kelly, as always, like, I could watch way more of her films too.
Yeah, I don't know what else she's in, but she's always fantastic. And I'm glad that this had like a happier ending. The last Hitchcock we saw, right, was Vertigo.
Yeah.
And that was just like, oh fuck, that was dark as hell.
That was very dark, very depressing ending.
So this actually like felt good, like the good guys won.
Yeah.
Even though they were having an affair and broke this guy's heart. So, but anyways, other than that, they're all good people. But this was a great time. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, thank you to the patrons for voting for this. It was great.
So if you'd like to see the full length reaction for this, as well as everything else we've reacted to, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.